Have you ever found yourself angry at someone for doing something you didn't like, or maybe they didn't do something that you expected them to do? And then maybe it turns into like a loop of conversation in your head where you're constantly like iterating on your responses so that you sound increasingly more right. Yeah, me too, unfortunately. So this is what's called a resentment, and it can be pretty toxic for you and for the people around you. It can make you miserably ineffective at your work and make you unbearable in your relationships. And the worst part is that you can feel justifiably right in your position, and you may be right, which makes your resentment all the harder to work with. So I love this saying from Nelson Mandela: resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. So if we need to work with these resentments, what can we do? How can we work with these? Two ways come to mind that I want to talk to you about today. The first one is this idea of inventory, of a written inventory. Inventorying our resentments allows us to do a couple of things. First, we get these resentments down on paper, pen and paper, and we take a look at them. And we pay close attention to the facts, what actually happened. Our tendency here is to think about why we think it happened or what happened. We create this narrative, this story around the facts. And the good thing about putting it on paper is we're putting just the facts down. Secondly, we can be really brave, cultivate a little courage on our part, and take a look at our part in this situation. The old saying that it takes two to tango applies here. And so be honest with yourself and answer the question, what was my part in this? Was it my reaction? Did I set something in motion without knowing it? Where might I be at fault? Answering this does not justify what was done to you, but it allows us to be super clear about the facts at play. All right, so that's one tool, written inventory. The second tool I found effective in dealing with the resentments is what the Buddhists call a metta meditation. Basically, it's cultivation of compassion and kindness for others, as well as for ourselves. So this practice typically involves directing loving, friendly phrases and goodwill to other people and to ourselves. For instance, I may picture my arch nemesis, who we'll call Bob. I picture Bob in my mind and I say something like, "May you be safe, healthy, and happy. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be peaceful and know joy." Now, I get that this can be super difficult to do if you're feeling especially like hot and tender in the moment, but in the spirit of experimentation, give it a shot. Once or twice daily for a week and see if you don't notice a significant change in the way that you feel. So there you have it. Consistent practice with these two tools should allow your heart and your mind to slowly release their grip on the anger that you're harboring, thus setting you free. It doesn't absolve the other person of any wrongdoing. That doesn't need to be your job, but it is your job to set yourself free. So give it a shot.